One love. Go Africa.
Hello, Habari Africa. Welcome all kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Have been shocked by this news from Malawi that Malawi has received its first shipment of food aid from Ukraine. So more than 19,000 tons of maize arrived from Ukraine. So you may ask yourself, how is it possible that a country that is at war can have a chance or a time to produce enough food to feed its people as well as to feed African countries, while we Africans, some of our countries are not at war, but we are not producing enough food to feed our people. So for me, this is disappointment and disrespecting of African people. So you know, these tendencies of receiving aids, food from small countries such as Ukraine is disrespecting Africans. And of course, our children are seeing us as a parents that we are useless. And they are not telling us, but that is the truth, that we elders, parents, we are useless. We cannot feed them. They are being fed by Europeans, by Ukrainians, by Russians. How is it possible? I think we need to change our leaders. Sometimes they are disappointing us by not providing leadership. When I'm talking about leadership, there's no need for us to be fed by Ukraine, a country that is at war. I'm sure in Malawi there are some rivers that are flowing throughout the year. There are some areas, not all areas, the whole country is affected. No, I hope there are some areas where they are not affected, where the people can produce food. Not only Malawi, in the continent of Africa. You know, our leaders must come together and find selective places. Not all places are being affected by drought, by conflict. There are some areas, if you go to the eastern part of the continent, in Tanzania, in Uganda, I hope even Burundi, Rwanda, you can find places where, as the people of Africa, leaders or SADC region can come together and say, we are going to select Zimbabwe or Tanzania or Botswana to be our food basket. When we are getting challenges of food, we'll face them and they will give us food. Let us support young people. We have young people in different countries. For instance, we know that Malawi is in the SADC region. So if you mobilize young people from colleges, from different parts of these SADC countries, and give them financial skills and financial muscles so that they can start producing food, I'm sure there's no need for us to go for Ukraine to ask for food. And of course, I'm sure we are getting this food under some conditions, and these conditions are going sometimes affecting our communities, our people, our sovereignty, undermining our developments. But for us to be respected, let us come together. If it is about SADC regions or region, let us come together and find where is our food basket. If it is about the issue of energy, let us find a country where we can have enough energy, or we can produce enough energy to supply to the region. If it is about ECOWAS, the same Alliance of Sahel States, the same Maghreb, the same. If it is East African Community, the same. We cannot continue with this behavior of being fed by others. You know, I have been asking that Africans, we have been talking about getting 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council. If we want 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council, why we cannot feed our people? Can we protect our people? If we cannot protect our people from hunger, and there's someone who is responsible, someone in Ukraine, someone in Russia, someone in Europe, who is responsible to feed us, so, and yet we want 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council, can we protect these people who are hunger? Those are just questions that we need to ask. So in order for us to be respected, let us clear these small things, small issues. For instance, the issue of food. Africa, we have no shortage of good areas, potentials, and fertile land, horrible land that can be used to produce enough food. We have no shortage in this continent. And we have seen some good examples. We have seen Ethiopia now producing enough grain. We have seen Burkina Faso producing enough food, tomatoes, wheat, maize. The same to Zimbabwe, are doing very well. Tanzania are doing very well in terms of rice, maize. But what make us to move from Africa and to go to far away to Ukraine to receive aid? Why don't we asking our neighboring countries that, my brother or my sister have challenge of hunger, have affected by the droughts? Please, I think you have some surplus. Help me. Instead of this shameful thing that we are doing, we cannot be respected, my dear brothers and sisters. No one is going to respect the continent of Africa as long as we continue to be beggars and to receive aid and to be fed by others. And remember that Thomas Sankara said, those who feeds you controls you, and we are going to be controlled because we are not feeding ourselves, and even our people are not going to respect us. As I said, that our children will not respect us as a parents because we have failed to feed them. Everything, if you come to medicine, if you come to technologies, if you come to education, we Africans, we are useless. Let us change. We can do better. We have seen some countries doing better. We can change. Let us come together. What's wrong for us to come together and discuss that from now and then we are going to take these steps? The issue of climate changes are there. Why don't we come together? That there's a time where some countries will be affected by drought, floods, shortage of food will be there. So what are we going to solve these challenges? Are we going to kneel down for those who have food? Just ask yourself, if Ukraine is at a war but has enough food, what's wrong for we, the people of Africa, who are not at war, to produce enough food? So, my dear kings and queens, let us not speak for too long. Have been spoken many things, but I have been disappointed, and this is paining. But all in all, let us take this as challenges. Let us change our mother continent, Africa. Let us give young people opportunities to produce their own food. Let us support young people to change these issues. We cannot become disrespected for many years because of these small issues. We have horrible land, we have rivers, we have lakes. We can use those water to make sure that we conduct irrigation and other stuffs to make sure that we produce enough food. So, thank you. Have a nice time.